Hello, guys. Welcome back to another episode. I'm thrilled to be here with you today. I'm really excited about today's episode. I'm definitely loving the setup that I still have going on here. I got a new microphone and everything's working really well. So I'm really thrilled about that. I am wearing Garnu today. They are a feminine period product line that I love them. They are not sponsoring this episode, but I'm an ambassador for them and I absolutely love them. They are, like I said, a feminine period product line that basically helps women in foreign countries who are less fortunate and possibly stuck in sex trafficking, getting out of sex trafficking, helping them learn about proper feminine hygiene and giving them the tools and means to do so, which is just amazing, and I love that. So I support them. I love them. You can use code HOPE10 for 10% off any of your products. They are all organic, which is a big plus for me, and so yeah, that is Garnu. Definitely check them out. Now, actually perfect, because today's episode is a little bit about that general area. So today we're going to be talking about birth control, and supposedly birth control is becoming illegal in the state of Louisiana. I don't know. Let's take a look.
It took them less than 4 days, y'all. It took them less than 96 hours. If I could please turn your attention to Louisiana House Bill number 813, which reads like a pretty normal Republican anti-abortion bill. It says it outlaws all abortions, blah, blah. But what's important is lines 13 and 14. Here, I'll get a little closer. It would fully recognize the human personhood of an unborn child at all stages of development prior to birth from the moment of fertilization. That fertilization bit, that's the important part you need to look at.
So she goes on to explain a little bit more, but I'm just going to pause it there and kind of explain it myself. So basically back in the 1960s, I think, when birth control kind of came into the picture, the only way to make it legal, what I've heard, what she says, is if they change the terminology from life beginning at fertilization to life beginning at implantation. Fertilization is when the sperm and the egg meet, and implantation is where the embryo actually implants in the uterus. So in order to do that, in order to have birth control legal and accessible, they had to kind of change that terminology, because birth control stops some types of birth control. Basically, what I've heard, stops the baby right in between fertilization and implantation. So that is kind of where they went with that. And so they're thinking that in this Louisiana House Bill 813, in this Louisiana Bill 813, that saying that we fully recognize the human personhood of an unborn child at fertilization, that means that birth control is out of the picture. That is what they think that it means. And 96% of Republicans voted against this, and that they're here to just control our bodies, that kind of stuff. So I don't think that that's true. I don't really have like an opinion on whether or not birth control should be legal or illegal. I don't like birth control. I don't think that it's great. I don't think it's a great alternative to abortion. I don't think that it's even great just in general. I try and leave my body to do its natural thing as much as I possibly can. So birth control really messes with that, and that's just not something I'm willing to do. But like I said, I don't really have a firm belief on whether or not it should be illegal. Like, that's a lot extreme. So again, I'm open to opinions and suggestions and things like that. I don't really know how I feel about that. So anyways, with that being said, however, I don't think that even if I wanted birth control to be illegal, I don't even think that you could do that in a country like America. Like, I just don't think that it would happen. And, abortion's a big deal because you're killing somebody, right? Birth control, you're more affecting yourself. So again, I'm not really sure where the law can kind of come into play on that. I'm not totally sure, which is why later I do want to talk to a specialist on this and kind of get her takes. But with that being said, I do not think that, our birth control your birth control will be taken away from women. I don't think that that's what's going to happen. However, this terminology is amazing because we are recognizing the personhood of the unborn child, which is so important to me. So that part I do love. But like I said, I don't think that they're going to be taking away our birth control. However, I do kind of want to talk to somebody who knows a little bit more than I do on just the topic of birth control in general. What is birth control? What does it do? What are the pros and cons? What are alternatives if it does actually become illegal? As well as, does she actually think that it will be illegal? So I just want to get her takes on it. She's a specialist in this area, definitely fertility awareness. I think that's what she had told me, which is super, super awesome. And I am thrilled to be talking to her in a little bit. So for those of you on podcast, we're about to hop right into it. But for those of you on YouTube, hop over to wherever you get your podcast. I'm on Apple Podcasts. I'm on Spotify. I am on Amazon Music and Google Play, I think, as well as a couple other places. You can check it out out in the description. And it is just the Hope Miller Show wherever you get your podcasts. Basically, our specialist is a fertility awareness instructor. She has a background in sports medicine, and she's in school for chiropractic, which is super awesome. So she knows a lot about this kind of topic, and I just want to get her takes on this. So we're going to hop over to the actual podcast episode now. For YouTubers, thank you so much for listening. Podcasters, let's hop in. I'm Hope Miller, and this is The Hope Miller Show.